he will steal in his house, and while going out, he will come to the other house, take that yogurt and smear it on the daughter-in-law's mouth and then go away. And the mother-in-law will come and say, it is the daughter-in-law who was eating the yogurt, and she will start having a fight, and Krishna will enjoy the fight. Krishna did so many things like that. So only you know how to blame Krishna. But do you know how much the Gopikas teased Krishna in the beginning? That is where he is written. You know that Mahatma Vedanta Deshika, he composed some beautiful verses on Krishna, Gopala Vimshati, 20 verses. In one of the verses he says, Nadhasya Nanda Bhavane Navanita Natyam. Krishna was such a nice looking kid, very handsome kid. One Gopika will call Krishna and say, hey Krishna, come here. Not even 1 year, between 1 year and first year and second year. Krishna was between the first year and the second year of age group. He just completed 12 months, not yet 2. One Gopika will call Krishna, hey Krishna, come here. You want butter? Oh sure, I love butter. I'll give you a ball of butter. Will you sing for me? And Krishna will start singing. The whole song he has to sing. What for? Just for this much of butter that girl will give. Another girl will come and call Krishna. Hey Krishna, come here. He'll go to her. Will you dance for me? I'll give you a little bit butter. She'll say, I'll give you this much butter, but you have to dance for me. And Krishna will dance. Another girl will say, I'll give you this much butter. Not only singing, not only dancing, you have to put some talam also for that. So Krishna has to sing, put talam and the dance, and what all Krishna will get is this much butter. Another Gopika will be there sitting at near the stove, whatever that firewood stove for cooking, etc. You know what they will command Krishna? Krishna, I kept the vegetables there. Can you bring them for me? Krishna has to go. What for? I'll give you a little bit butter. Krishna, go. So Krishna did every menial service for them. Forget about vegetables. You know what one Gopika asked? Krishna, I forgot my slippers somewhere. Can you find my slippers and bring them for me? And Krishna has to search for the slippers. And Krishna was hardly 1 year and just able to walk. And he cannot even bear the weight. In those days, you know, the countryside slippers, how they will be, how heavy. Krishna will literally keep them on his head and will bring them and will keep in front of the Gopika. Now she will pat Krishna and say, good boy, and she will give this much butter. In so many ways, the Gopikas just, had every service done for them. Every service. Not only that, she will simply say, one Gopika will say, Krishna, can you keep watch? What are you going to do? I had to go and take bath, and until I come back, those days in villages, monkeys used to come in, cats used to come in, even though they have doors, still, not proper bolting system, etc. And one Gopika will tell Krishna, Krishna, can you keep, watchman duty for my house? Why? I had to go and take bath. By the time, until I come back, if you sit here and make sure no monkeys, no cats are coming inside, I'll give you a little bit of butter. And Krishna has to do the watchman duty for them. There is nothing Krishna has not done for them, including carrying their slippers, carrying on his head and putting before them. Everything Krishna did. Some of the unimaginable things also Krishna did. She will be there sitting in front of the stove. The water is boiling. In the good olden days, in the rice, they used to have some little bit of stones, little bit of pebbles, etc. used to be there. You know what is Krishna's job? Remove all the stones and pebbles. She'll say, I'll give you this much butter. Just for the sake of Nadhasya Nanda Bhavane, Navanita Natyam. Navanita Natyam. Just for the sake of this much of Navanitam, butter. Natyam. Literally that Natyam doesn't mean just dancing. Dancing to the tunes of all these Gopikas. That is the thing. Anything and everything they used to get extracted from day. What do you think Krishna will be thinking? Wait for some time, you will have your day. I will turn around, okay? That day you will have fun. Who will have fun that day? So that is what Krishna was thinking. He was did not complain anything. In fact, at one point Krishna asked the Gopikas, when you ask me to do all these jobs, did I ever complain? Why are you complaining about me? So to that extent, Krishna attracted the minds of each and everyone in the Nanda Gokulam. That is the reason why the Gopikas have become the greatest of the greatest Bhagavatas. When Uddhava went there on behalf of Krishna to console them, looking at the unimaginable love Gopikas have for Krishna, first Uddhava thought, where a learned scholar like me, going there as a messenger to the village girls, that too to tell that their love Lord Krishna is doing okay. For this am I a messenger for Krishna? With that intent he has gone. But after looking at the unimaginable love they had for Krishna, you know what Uddhava prayed? Krishna, I know why you sent me here. All my knowledge, even if I practice this jnanam for 1,000,000 births, I will never be able to attain salvation. Whereas these Gopikas with their unconditional love for you are sure to attain moksham this birth itself. Krishna, I pray for only one thing. For the next birth, please make me born as a blade of grass in this Vrindavanam. When the Gopikas are walking by, if the dust from their feet falls on me, at least then I may develop this kind of love for you. That was the only prayer of Uddhava to Lord Krishna. For the next birth, make sure I will be born as a blade of grass in this Vrindavanam. Now you can imagine the greatness of the Gopikas. That is Lord Krishna. It is up to you. Enjoy surrendering to Krishna, attain salvation. No problem. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, your choice. Okay. Of course, with no guarantee as a human being next time. With no guarantee as a human being next time. Because every cat, every dog, every snake, every skunk you see could have been my grandfather or your grandfather in the previous birth. When they were alive, they did not come to a temple and pray, Swami, Swami, make me a dog next time. Everybody will pat me and give me dog biscuits. I can enjoy dog. They did not pray to become dogs. You know what they were thinking? I'm so good, I will never become a dog. They are thinking also. They were thinking once upon a time. But it is the karma that forces a person. You have no choice over there. It is the karma that forces what will be your next birth. To go through the karma phalam, whatever birth is appropriated, you have so much of karma, you will know the mistakes. Only if you become a cat, you will become a cat for that, to go through that karma phalam. You will go through this karma phalam only as a dog, you will become a dog. Only if you become a donkey, you will know what all you did, then you will become a donkey. That's how it is. So it is the karma that dictates what will be our next birth. Your choice. That is where the great concept of Lord Krishna, what he says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja. That single-minded Sharanagati to Krishna, he says, I will wipe out all your karma, all your sins, and guarantee you moksha. That's the greatness of Sharanagati. Good luck. Swami.